Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. You're still tuned in to Salam Media with myself, Salailo Makwidiro, your home of humanitarian journalism. The time is, 20 minutes before the top of the hour, 9. And in a bit, we'll be turning our attention, I think, to a concerning issue, really. It's troubling, concerning and troubling issue that has come to light at Westpark Cemetery right here in Johannesburg. Over the past few weeks, there have been several armed robberies at the cemetery, including one with aggravating circumstances just a few weeks ago. These incidences not only threaten the safety of visitors, but also disrupt the sanctity of the sacred space. And to help us discuss how these robberies are impacting the community and what measures are being taken to address those security concerns, we are joined by Mohammed Moosa Laher. He's the head of Burials and Cemeteries for the Muslim Youth Organization of Westpark. Mohammed, assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah so much for joining us on News and Views this morning. I really appreciate you giving us your time.
Walaikum salam. Jazakallah for having us on your show.
I think first and foremost, can you start with like an overview of some of these incidents? If you can just give us, a brief insight on some of these recent robberies that have taken place at Westpark Cemetery, and what really happened.
Okay, so we had a few incidents. One happened on the 23rd. People that came and visited their loved ones and they got robbed in the cemetery. So, and then we had one on Christmas Day and one we had day before yesterday.
Mm.
Obviously, it's people, and then our guys tried to distract them and chased them, and they found that in the copies that is next to the West Park Cemetery, the people are living there, and so we're not sure who's the culprits, but they're out there, and it's not only the Muslim section, it's the entire West Park Cemetery. Uh, we have spoken to City Parks, and they are going to put they're going to put extra rangers in the West Park Cemetery to avoid these incidents. And we, as the FMYO, with regard to, we only maintain the Muslim section, but we got Asas Security, which is going to assist us, and we've got Scud Security, which is going to assist us in trying to make it safe for the people to come and visit and see their loved ones at the graveyards. So
Mm.
we're beefing up security, and it's for the well-being of all people, not only the Muslim people. It's for all people.
Mm. Mm.
You
From
know,
what you
you know
guys,
it's
yes. Go ahead.
no. You carry on. I'm
Yes.
listening.
I just want to find out from you guys' observation and maybe what you're hearing from some of these families, which I am certain that they would be very very devastated. What's the modus operandi of these criminals? How do they go about these robberies? Do they hide in the bushes? And just pounce on people that are there to visit their loved ones. How do they go about it?
I think the modus operandi is that they have a look where there's not a lot of people, and maybe it's just a couple of guys that are watching, and it's very easy to hide away behind any of the tombstones anyway and just come out of the blue. And once they watch him, and maybe it's a female alone, or if it's just a young man and his father, and it's a target. So they watching. That's why I'm saying that our people just need to be vigilant. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Trying
mm,
not to so we've got a couple of ideas that we want to put into place, and say that, look here, we know that a lot of people come to the graveyard at Friday mornings, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to have like visiting hours. That means
mm,
anybody can go to the graveyard whatever time up until 5 o'clock when it closes. But what I'm saying is that when we know it's a busy period, that Fridays is normally busy, Sunday mornings is normally busy, let's beef up the security from our side and tell people try and be at the graveyards between 10 and 12 or between 10 and 2, and we'll see that there's security there, you know. I think
Mm,
that's the only thing for now. City Parks has come back and they're going to put an extra park rangers in the park for all areas. So
mm,
we only aware of the Muslims that got robbed in the cemetery, but I'm sure there is other in other sections that people have gotten robbed, but we just don't know about it.
mm, no, really quite concerning. I want to touch a bit on your communication with Joburg City Parks, and how they've said they'll put more ranges in the cemetery. But is there any other additional support do you think is needed from the city or law enforcement agencies to ensure that those that are visiting their loved ones at the cemeteries are safe? And as I mentioned, that place remains as sacred as possible, and it doesn't become lawless and loud and rowdy, and bad things like robberies happen.
Yes. So basically, we're waiting now. I'm sure City Parks will put some action into place because it's definitely it's spilling all over. It's not only with our sector, you know, it's everyone involved.
Mm, mm, mm. And
It's
to
it's
those
a
that are
scary,
listening,
you know.
yes.
We're living in challenging times.
Mm,
Irrespective of Westpark Cemetery, I mean, now the other day, my nephew got robbed right outside Central City. He was looking at his phone and waiting for an Uber, and there they came, grabbed the phone, gone, you know. So it's just like we're living in challenging times. It's just that the graveyards it's become a target area.
mm, mm. And I think that's very, very troubling. And it speaks on just the moral
Hello?
deterioration of our society. Mohammed, I want to touch a bit on the advice you'd give to those that visit West Park or frequent West Park Cemetery,
It was
to
happening there
visit.
also with the previous, no, with the previous, I think it's
Mohammed, can you hear me?
not it. I took cigarettes and
Um, okay, we seem to have lost Mohammed a bit there, but I think we're going to leave it there for now. I think we've gathered enough, and I think West Park Cemetery have sent out, I think, a really,
hello.
Mohammed, can you hear me? All right. As I mentioned, I think we lost Mohammed there, but yeah, there's an urgent public notice that the West Park Cemetery, has issued out, and I think it's very, very important that you look at it. And they're just giving tips on, those that are frequenting and visiting West Park Cemetery, and they urge you guys to be very, very aware and vigilant, and to make sure that you go to the cemetery at the correct times, latest maybe 5 p.m. And yeah, there'll be security that will be there during the busy times, which is Friday mornings and Sunday mornings also. So yeah, I think the best that you can do is just remain vigilant. Make sure that you don't carry any valuables with you when you go to the cemetery, because you never know what could happen. As much as they say, there's security there, but there's security almost everywhere, but we see crime happening. So yeah, let's be vigilant, and I think it's quite concerning the fact that you have now people robbing people at cemeteries. Have our morals and values really deteriorated to that level? It's now literally the pits. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, news and views continues.